Hey, this is Scott with Birds, Bugs, and Bait, and haven't really done this year. Kind of tweaked the channel a little bit into more uh, animal-related stuff, um, for sure, and had a lot of fun doing that. Kind of got away from the sports stuff. Um, the, Obviously, people that personally know me well know that Tennessee Volunteer Sports and Athletics is really dear to my heart. Um, some of you know this, some of you don't know this. The ones real close to me know that I've had family members graduate from there, cousins, more than one, graduate from there that live in the area. Um, and I don't know, I got sucked into Ball Nation as a young person and just never looked back. I love SEC football. It's dear to my heart. I don't have anything against other conferences necessarily. I just really enjoy watching good games every week, good powerhouse programs competing against each other every single week, and bringing it. Um, uh, so anyway, I've wanted at times to do a sports video, but I just got to doing the other stuff recently and just kind of went with that. Um, Anyhow, obviously, probably a reason I chose to do this one here. Um, Oh, this is a tough one to kind of digest. Obviously, Tennessee football. Well, let me start with this. Tennessee athletics period is really, really, really doing well. Rolling. I mean, we are the defending national champs in baseball, and I'm sure Tony Vitelli is gonna compete very much again this coming season. Um, but that was an amazing run last year for that team. Tennessee basketball is number one in the country, undefeated. Tennessee, the Lady Vols are undefeated, I think, unless they just recently dropped one. I don't know what they're ranked right offhand. I don't. I follow them, but not as close as other ones. Um, hey, hi, 50 Cal. What's going on, man? Um, but anyway, um, the Tennessee football, man, we got our butts kicked. Hey, we got our butts kicked by High State. And listen, guys, man, I'm a huge Vols fan. I actually live in West Virginia, so I live very, very close to Ohio State country. Um, Go dogs, whatever, Waylon. Um, no hate here for me, dude. Y'all had a great year. Good luck to you. Um, I'm unlike some people. I am unlike some others that root against all other. And I get the narrative that some people do that. I don't do that, man. I listen when SEC teams beat us, Georgia, and the y'all have had our number. But when SEC teams beat us, I hope you guys win, man, and I hope Texas wins. That's me. I don't root necessarily for you guys in the regular season. You all don't root for us in regular season, I'm sure. But when it gets to postseason play, obviously I'm an SEC supporter. I love SEC ball, and I hope Georgia and Texas carry the torch. I was kind of hoping we could carry it further than we did. Um, there's nothing else that I can say, man. Ohio State kicked their ass last night in all phases of the game, particularly the line of scrimmage, and which brings me to this topic. Um, I love my Vols, and I think, listen, Georgia, Waylon, Georgia, Ohio State has been nationally relevant as Bama has for years and years and years. I'm trying to put a little bit of a band aid on what happened last night to fellow Vol fans out there. But, uh, man, guys, think back to go Derek Dooley, Butch Jones, and Jeremy Pruitt was our coach, and we absolutely sucked. We couldn't recruit. We couldn't. We were begging and pleading to be bowl eligible, man, like 7-5, 8-4. So I mean, listen, we've come a long way. And Josh Heupel, the job he's done in the last 4 seasons, has got us back to at least nationally relevant. Okay, we've won 10 plus games in those 2 years. Well, I think we won 9 and 3 last year. So I mean, we are climbing. I mean, it's not the result of us wanted, especially I'm okay with losing. I'm not okay with getting nationally beat down and embarrassed, and that's what that kind of was. So kudos to Ohio State. They had our number. In this weird world of NIL and transfer portal and stuff, they listen, man. We're gonna need some big time donors, big time boosters, donors to kind of help us out on the NIL thing. I've seen the narrative. I've listened to some couple other podcasters, Sports Talk Jay, Boogie Bentley, Talking Falls. Last night and this morning, saying that Ohio State's roster was 20 mil plus, about 22 million. Tennessee's is 12, and I'm not necessarily blaming money, but you can now, when players are getting paid. I mean, like they are. So, hey, we got to the playoffs. All right, year 4, we got to the playoffs. Didn't end the way we wanted, but if we want to compete at an elite level, we are going to have to, not the university, but obviously we're going to need some more donors and boosters and things to kind of step up, and the NIL game's going to have to get rocking and rolling. Just think, Nico played his heart out. Nico is a dude. Nico needs some help. And I know Samson was apparently injured, and that really sucked. But I'm not just talking Nico and Samson. I'm talking we need some O-line help. Um, Cooper Mays has been a stud for the last couple seasons. I don't mean Cooper necessarily, but tackles. And I know we got David Sanders rolling in next year, and I think he'll be a stud. And Lance Hurd from LSU has been good, but he needs to tweak some things. But we need some help. We need some more 5 stars. Nico needs some better receivers, and I know we got some good receivers, and I don't mean that to be a slap in the face towards Brew McCoy and Squirrel White and all the guys that have competed for us. But we need some 5 stars. And listen, it hurts. It hurts to get embarrassed like the way we did. I'm glad we got there. High State just was way better than we were last night. And wow, what else can I say? I mean, like Sports Talk Jay, you just get on here and you just it just sucks. But I'm not going to quit watching ball athletics. I'm not going to quit watching ball football and hoping for the best. And um, but yeah, who's that? Waylon? Yeah, I'm glad Bama didn't go to the playoffs. Yeah, I'm glad Bama didn't go to the playoffs. And listen, man, on my personal Facebook page, I was talking a little bit of crap. Kind of wish I hadn't done that now about Indiana and SMU. Didn't deserve to be there after their showing. Shouldn't have done that. Tennessee come out and we absolutely look like we didn't belong. Um, I will say this. Being that I don't live in Ohio State country, but I'm a neighboring state. Like I said, West Virginia. So listen, the West Virginia people, we don't necessarily like Ohio State. I don't know if it's just a rebel thing, we just neighboring state thing. We just Mountaineer fans, and I'm not one, but Mountaineer fans don't support Ohio State. So I saw a map out there that where West Virginia was rooting for Ohio State to win. No, they weren't. I know enough people around here. Most of the people that live in this area was rooting for Tennessee. So man, it kind of sucked. But I didn't go to the game. My oldest daughter couldn't get off work, and my youngest daughter was very sick. So I was going to go. Kind of glad I didn't go. Kind of glad I didn't fork out the money to go because that was embarrassing. But damn, what else can I say? Just heartbreaking end of the season. It's one thing to have a loss, but to have a loss that ends the season the way that ended, and then you go into the off season trying to find a way to get some momentum. So I don't know. Hit me in the chats, man. I mean, what? I feel like listen, Josh Heupel's good. I'm not sure if he's elite. Because who is elite? Let's be honest, man. I mean, Kirby Smart, Waylon knows this. Kirby Smart's elite. Nick Saban was elite. Last night, Ryan Day looked pretty elite. Dan Lanning looks pretty elite. I mean, but listen, Heupel has built Tennessee back to national relevancy, and we weren't there for what, 20 years? So I don't necessarily think, I think Heupel's good, man. I think he needs to stay there. I think he needs to be the head coach. I think some changes need to occur. I think some changes need to occur on this staff. And I'm going to go out ahead and say, I think our secondary coach, and Vol fans have seen this before, Willie Martinez, I think needs to go. Willie Martinez was not very good when he was at Tennessee before, and then they brought him back with this staff, and we've said it for the last couple seasons that I don't think Willie Martinez has got what it takes. And listen, is it Martinez? Is really our corners just aren't good enough? But they got burnt last night, man, by the Buckeyes. So I think some changes need to occur. Heupel's great, leave him there, but Polish that went to South Florida, I mean, our ex OC, I think he was really, really good. And I'm not so sure Tennessee don't need to tweak OC a little bit, man. Joey Halsley is good. Is he good enough to get us to elite status, man? And I don't think he is, honestly. But I definitely think Martinez needs to go. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but listen, because if not, man, you take a beating like that in the way that we did, and you don't make changes at all. Let's say they don't make any changes in the upcoming off season. I mean, what's the fan base going to think of that? I mean, just get your hind end whooped and glad that you are where where you are. I don't know, man. But I don't know, man. I'm just spewing. I'm just mad, upset that the season had to end the way it did. I really wanted the chance for us to go to the Rose Bowl to see how we did against Oregon. I don't know, man. If we played like we played last night, except for Nico, we would have got handled. Nico, a lot of heart, man, a lot of heart, a lot of soul. My God, he got his head. When's the last time you seen someone get their helmet split open, right, like that? And the dude just kept coming out there, and he's skinny and lanky, and every time he runs, I kind of clinch because I think, man, he's going to get hurt. But I don't know. One thing I'll say is I don't really like him running Nico the way that they did last night. I don't think anything else was working, so they were just running him, hoping for the best. But elite 5-star quarterback, I don't love the runs, man. You won an ACL like Hendon did in 22, and you're done. So, but we need some help, man. We need some financially secure people to donate to the NIL fund at Tennessee, man. Spire Sports Group, step it up, boys, because a lot of goods. Like I said, man, the last couple of years, damn, Tennessee has really turned it around. But if you want to compete and you want to get to national relevancy like this, and you want to compete against Ohio State, Oregon, Georgia, it's going to take more dudes than that we have, and in particularly the line of scrimmage. Ohio State controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball all night long. They got home with 4. They didn't have to blitz, so they just sat back in coverage and dominated and controlled the wide receivers that we had. So receivers couldn't get open, and that happens when you can drop everyone because you're getting home with 4. So I don't know. Tennessee got to step it up, get some NIL, not just for elite playmakers on the outside, but we need more dudes. We need more dudes on the line, on both sides of the line. And listen, Rodney Gardner, defensive line, man, he's a stud. Rodney Gardner, the coach for us, I'd rather not have anybody else. There's not a Vol fan out there that thinks Rodney Gardner's not the dude. But we need more studs. He can only do what he can do, right? So, yeah. So I don't know. I can't even remember offhand what our 25 schedule looks like. I looked at it a while back, and I don't know. I do one thing. I remember one thing offhand, and this is really weird. How we normally play Florida about the 3rd or 4th game of the season. Next year it's Georgia. We got them early, and we play Florida late. I don't know what happened there, but that's really strange. So right out of the gate next year, you got a game or two that you kind of warm up a little bit, and then you got the Dogs. Yeah, it's at Neyland, but what are we gonna look like on the O line? We're losing several guys on the O line, so I don't know. I don't know where we turn from here, ball fans. Keep your head up. Good season, 10-win season. Um, got to the playoffs. Thank you, Ole Miss, for losing to get us there, but couldn't do much with it. Didn't really want this to end the way it did, but keep your head held high, and let's get ready for 2025 season. Let's enjoy basketball in the off season, and I don't know. We just High State's good. What can I say? High State's been here for the last 20 years and been relevant. We haven't, so we just I don't know, man. It is what it is. So we will see you, Waylon. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for tuning in, and peace out.